Alright everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of my Let's Play. I think I'm going to title this Let's Go. So let's go fishing North Atlantic. I think that sounds a little bit better for this game. So at the end of the last episode we had sold our lobsters. And I was talking about other boats that you can find in the game, and that I had one in particular in mind. So if I remember correctly, it's actually right up here. So we're going to sail up here real quick. I think I had some audio issues there, so I do apologize. I'm not the most technological, and I am trying really hard to get this to work right, and I'm definitely going to have to watch some other videos on audio stuff. And I probably need to purchase a different mic too, so y'all please bear with me while I'm trying to figure all of this out. So we're going to run up this channel here. Yes, I know we're entering very shallow water here. We're actually in about 4 meters worth of water, so that is pretty shallow. But the boat we were looking for, if I remember right, is right there. Yep, that's it. I think. And, oh, you can run aground, and I just ran aground. And I just did some damage. Oof. So, that's another point in this game that I like to point out to people, is that you can sink. And if you sink, you lose everything on board your ship, and you gotta buy another ship. Or buy your starter boat again. And it might actually give you that ship. I think it gives you your starter ship back. I don't think you have to buy it. But, yeah. Definitely don't want to do that right now with this low funds we have. So we're just going to ease on up here and collect this ship real quick. I know we can't purchase this ship right now, but figured we'd go ahead and find it real quick. And there we go, Moby D. I believe that's the ship I was talking about. Either way, we've unlocked it, so we will be able to purchase it. So here we are back at Yarmouth, and we'll go ahead and check out the Moby D. Oh yeah, that's definitely not the ship I was thinking about. There's another ship out there somewhere we'll have to find. That one's a lot more expensive. But anyways, that's how that works, finding ships. So, alright, there we go. What we're going to do today is we're going to go around the map. And I didn't really fully showcase the map last episode, but you can actually go out to sea quite a ways out here. Map does feel a little bit smaller looking at it on the map, but once you're actually out in the open waters, you'll kind of see that there's quite a big area. So what we're going to do today is we're going to sail out, and we're going to hit these two ports up here. We're going to check them out, see what kind of boats they have to offer, and what kind of loans they have, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not big on the manual labor. Some people are. I'm sure they are. But I'm not. I prefer management style, where I can just sit back in my captain's chair and let my crew do all the work. So we're going to sail out of port here, and we'll catch y'all here in just a little bit once we get over to the next port. Alright, so I remembered that in this little channel right here, there is, I believe it's a lighthouse right here. Briar Island Lighthouse, so it's another fast travel part. And then I remember that I believe there's another ship around here somewhere too, if I remember correctly, and it is nighttime, so we're gonna go ahead and toggle our searchlight on. Y'all can see I like to actually angle the searchlight over here, or over on the side of my boat that I have my hull gear on, but y'all can see it's a neat little searchlight. You can kind of move it around and see some things. So I'm going to sail the area here. Right now my radar is not upgraded, so I can't see those little POIs from short distances. But I'm going to sail around here for a few minutes and see if I can't find what I was talking about. I want to say there's another ship around here somewhere. Alright, here we are. I have located the other ship. And that's it. I believe that this is the ship I was talking about. And it's available at Ingalls Head port, which is the port we're actually heading to. So we'll see y'all when we get there. It's still going to be a little bit of a trip to get up there. Alright, and here we are at Ingalls Head port. We'll go ahead and roll up here, or sail up here, and dock. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and get some fuel, and we're going to repair that hull damage I took. Ooh, yeah, you don't want to do what I just did. Pay attention while you're boating, folks. That's not cheap, especially with the low capital we have right now. Okay, well, that's fixed. That hurt. Alright, so the fix, yeah, that's it, 95,000. So this is a pretty neat little ship to kind of start out with. So we're going to really work to raise up the funds to be able to purchase the fix. So, and you can tell this game was, the creators of it is originally from the Norwegian area, so they have a lot of Norwegian style boats and ships in it, which this game is based off of Nova Scotia, so I'm sure that there's some similarities in the boats there anyway. I don't know. I live in Texas. So we're going to go ahead and head up to the other port. That port is Digby, and we're going to go ahead and go up there, and we'll see what they have. Alright, here we are. We're going to dock at Digby. And while we're here, we're going to check out the boats they have here. And if I remember right, they're very expensive boats up here. Yeah, $4.9 million. We're quite a ways away from that one. But that's a crab boat. But while we are here, we're going to check out the bank. So what I've noticed so far is we've got pretty much the same amount of loans from all of the ports I've been to so far. So we're just going to go ahead and take out $110,000 over 48 months. And I really plan to pay this back before the end of the month in this game. Because as you can see, it's April 3rd, so we've got quite a ways to go before we really have to make that first monthly payment. But we're going to try to go ahead and buy this, and then we're going to go back to Ingalls Head. We're going to buy the fix. I'm going to get some crew members, and we'll go from there. I'm actually going to go ahead and take out a second loan, too. You can only take up to a maximum of 2. But this way, we'll have enough money to purchase the fix, along with getting a few upgrades, buy some gear, and buy our bait, and figure out what we need to do. So, here we are. Shipyard available, and there's the fix. So we're going to go ahead and buy it. And I do not need a tutorial on longline fishing. I do believe I remember how to do that. So here we can see, we're going to go in the shipyard real quick because I need to check something. So, oh, this was actually no additional crew. So I'm going to have to do all the work on that. That's okay. That is okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, fish price, I'm sorry, not fish price, fishing gear. We're going to buy long lines. And we have up to a 2,000 hook long line. So we're going to go ahead and we'll just buy 5 of them for now. And then we're going to bait these long lines. And before we bait it, I want to see what kind of tips we have here in the bar. So, okay, so we have some pollock from 3 days ago. So that's pretty good. We'll go ahead and purchase that tip from them for 3,000. And let's see where that pollock is. Ah, it's right here. That's actually not too far. That's not too far from the port here. I think this is Dennis Point or something. Something similar to that. So we'll go ahead and purchase that, and because it's pollock, we need to bait our lines with crab in order to catch pollock. So that is what we're going to do. So I'm gonna sail our ship over there and we'll set out some long lines and see what happens. All right, so here we are. We're kind of coming up in the area right now. we'll see what we have here. But first, I've got to go out there and I've got to get everything set up. And but in order to do that, we're actually going to I'm actually going to wait for morning. So we're actually going to wait, and there's our clock and our anchor. So I'll see you guys here in just a minute once it's the morning and I get things kind of set up. All right, good morning, everybody. So here we are in our little cabin there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get set up. We're going to grab our 2,000 foot long line. We're going to prepare and bait it and get it ready to set up. Come back inside. We're going to close the door. And at this point, we're just going to sail. And once again, our sonar is not the greatest here. So, but that's okay when you're not looking for things on the bottom of the ocean floor like lobster. So we're going to come up here and we're going to get a little bit closer to our marker there. And you can see we got some pollock right there that were back behind us. So, and we're in 94-meter deep water here, so we're fixing to drop off into a little bit deeper water right here, I believe. But we can still see the fish up to about 100 meters, if I remember right, because we have the basic sonar. And there we are. We've got some fish, so we're going to go ahead and throw out a long line here. And so a 2,000 hook long line is, I guess, 200 meters. Again, I'm not the most up to date with, commercial fishing terminology. However, you have up to, I believe there's up to a maybe 10,000 hook, which I guess is 1,000 meters, if I remember right, maybe. But right now we're going to have the 2,000 hook for the majority of our time right now with the fix. What's also neat with the ships is you can actually recolor and rename them as well. So whenever you guys see me grabbing a new ship here, especially ships that I'm going to have for a while. Ooh, we're not really gaining much here. This current's really pushing us. We need to upgrade the engine in this thing. When y'all see me buying new ships and stuff, I'm going to start asking y'all, especially ships, like I said, that I'm going to be keeping for a while. These are kind of starter boats. I'm going to move through them fairly quickly. But what I do plan on doing is allowing y'all to help me name these ships. So we'll go ahead and get a second one prepared and ready to go. So we've got to get 100 meters away from that long line before we can set another one. So we're just going to work our way, and when we see fish start appearing over here, we will start dropping another long line. So there's a fish. Hopefully there's some more behind it. Sometimes that's the gamble you take, I suppose. There's another one. You can actually back your sonar out to show all the way back to 1,000 meters behind you. And that looks like a lot of fish, but I'm telling you, I'll wait till we actually hit some hot spots, because that right there will look like maybe at the 250 or 500 mark. So, but I'm going to go ahead and get these long lines set out, and we'll go from there. We'll see y'all here shortly. Alright guys, so we're getting ready to set our last long line up here. And you can see I've kind of made some strange pattern here, but right here where I got to the third long line that I set out, I noticed I really hit a really good hot spot there. So I kind of came up, looped around, and came in over here, and I noticed I was getting into another good hot spot, so I dropped another one. So we're going to kind of do the same thing with the fifth one and just see kind of what happens here. So, and if we hit a hot spot prior to that, I might just go ahead and make the drop too. Like right here is actually looking pretty promising, but it's looking really promising. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make the drop. If y'all hadn't noticed, sometimes I do things very spontaneously without a whole lot of planning. Sometimes it just happens that way. So at the time of this recording, I haven't actually come up with a channel name yet. I'm still working on it. I'm going to try to get a couple of episodes recorded together, and before I start really pushing things out, and that way I can set things up on a schedule and kind of make some drops. If y'all see something that y'all want to see, like if my drops are, I'm planning on every 2 to 3 days making a video drop. It's kind of the general consensus with the algorithm. So we'll see what it is, but if y'all want to see some stuff more frequently, or if we get into a series that y'all want to, y'all are really interested in, we can see about if I can make some drops more frequently than 2 to 3 days, but we'll see how that goes. So here we are. We've almost got our last long line set out, and there it is. And so once we get this one, or since I got this one set out, I'm now going to go back to port because I really need to upgrade the storage on this ship, because I have a feeling I'm going to really fill my storage up on this. I really don't want to just have to turn away fish and let them back go again. So I'm going to head up here, and we're going to discover this port up here, and I'm going to get some upgraded storage. So we'll see y'all there. Alright, here we are at Dennis Point. And we're going to go over here to upgrades and storage. We got $45,000. Man, I really like to just jump straight to the maximum storage. Just because I feel like it's a waste, but I know we're going to need more storage than what we currently have. Or at least I'm pretty sure we will. So we're just going to go ahead and buy that. And they got a little bit of flooding issue going on over there. That doesn't look too good. And buoys, we're going to upgrade our buoys, because if we have to go pick these up at night, which at some point we will, we really need to have the best buoy out there, which is a buoy with a flag and a little strobe beacon, which allows us to see it a little bit better. Fish sonar, I'm really not too worried about upgrading that on this ship right now. Searchlight radar engine, it would be nice, but I'm not really. Better check out on those buoys. I'm really not interested, just because I know we're not going to have this ship forever, and I really don't want to spend a bunch of money that I could be either repaying my loans with or buying a new ship with. So while we're here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to check the bar and the tips. We have redfish from a week ago. It's free. I'm going to go ahead and get it just so I have an idea of where the redfish are. Typically, I believe redfish do bring in more money than the pollocks do. Oh, well, actually here none. So, interesting. At the fish market at the shop, you can buy hooks and knives and binoculars. Binoculars, the higher the range, and the further you can see with them, the magnification on it's better. As far as the hooks and knives go, hooks, the better ones you buy gives you more bigger fish, percentage of bigger fish when you hook them. I've already purchased the best one in the game, which is $25,000, just because it does give you an extra 8% bigger fish bonus. And then as far as the knives go, same concept. It's a better gut result. The better the gut, the more money that fish can bring in. And again, I purchased the highest one. Because again, if I have the money to do it, I might as well go ahead and buy that better gutting knife versus waste, $5, $10, $15,000, and then eventually buying the best knife. If I've got the money, just buy the best knife. So we're gonna hang out here for a little bit, and I'll see y'all back out there when we go to ready to collect the long lines. All right, so here we are. We're gonna come up here, and we are going to go ahead and start reeling in our long lines. Beautiful sunrise this morning. As y'all can see, they've been out for almost 21 hours now, and I actually had to wait a little bit longer because I was trying to let the sun come up, but I want to collect these before they sit too long. I want to say the sitting too long, where they go bad, starts about, and it starts degrading the fish on the line, about 22, maybe 24 hours. I may be off on that. But right now I don't really want to take any chances, so we're going to go ahead and try and collect these while we can. So I'm going to try to, if I remember right, I think my reel is right over here, so I'm going to get my spotlight going over there so I can really see that a little bit better. We're just going to come up here. We're going to get this one hooked maybe. Oh, no fish were caught, low population. That's not what I wanted to see. That is not at all what I wanted to see. Oh, this could be a long Let's Play series. Alright, we'll see what the second one has. Alright, here we are. We are sailing up to our second buoy here. So we will see what we have on this one. Hopefully we have some fish. So if not, that's going to be rather embarrassing. Alright, we got some fish here. So the way this works is it comes down here and I gotta... Ooh, that was bad. The closer I get it to that little circle in my screen, right there, perfect. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't done this in a little while. And I never really was that great at it because when something pops up on my screen, I just instantly want to click. I don't know, it's just a bad habit of mine, I guess. Yeah, that was okay. Alright, well, wasn't horrible. At least there was fish on the line. So we got 4,791 pounds of fish on that. So that was 401 pollocks. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Again, I'm not the most avid fisherman IRL. But we'll see what the third, fourth, and fifth lines bring in, so see you then. Alright, and here we are. We're now coming up on our third long line here. And this was where the area really started to get what I would consider hot. So hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt like that first line did with no fish on it. But we'll see. Oh, this one's going to be, oh, we're overshot it. Put it in reverse. Come on. You know, see that line is going out that way, so really need to make sure both of those buoys are on the right side of my ship. Port, starboard, whichever one. Again, I'm not the most technical in terms. We'll see how much fish we get off of this one. I'm hoping we get quite a bit. Now you'll know why I bought the most expensive hook and knife, because I'm not the best at hooking these fish. Of course, I say that and I start hitting perfect. Okay, and there we go. Jinx myself. It's usually how that works. Alright, let's see how much fish we got out of that. 6,000. That was pretty good. So I'll take it. One redfish. One redfish. So we'll pull up here to the fourth one. And y'all guys let me know in the comments section if y'all like to watch all of the little things that I do in the game, or if y'all kind of like me skipping around. Sometimes I feel like I would bore myself with my own audio and what I say and do sometimes. So y'all kind of let me know if y'all kind of want to see me a little bit of both, or see me skip more, or see me show more. Y'all let me know. I'd be more than happy to oblige y'all with that. Let's see. Well, I overshot that one too. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and skip this so y'all don't have to watch me back this up again. Alright, fish on the line. This one actually doesn't look like we got very good yield on it. It's only 3 fish right here. Of course, if y'all haven't noticed, while I only hook, 3 fish, it's actually can be a couple hundred fish sometimes. So, yeah, I mean, that was 2,000 pounds. 205 fish. The game only has you actually hook a few of them, and then bases the rest of your yield based off of how well, those were hooked or missed or however. So we'll run up here and we'll grab our final line, and then we'll set some more lines out, and then we'll start gutting these on our way back to port. Alright, here we are at our 5th one, and hopefully I don't overshoot this, and I'm probably going to. Coming in a little hot here. Alright, there we go. I got it. Alright. Ooh, that was bad. At least I didn't miss it. I'll take a good any day of the week. And that's even better. Alright. 6,000 pounds worth of fish there. That's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and set these other long lines out, and then we'll get to gutting. Alright, guys. We are back, and I've got my ship pointed in a direction and the engine running, and I'm not in there driving right now, so it's kind of scary, but I kind of wanted to show y'all how we gut fish in the game. So you have an X here and an X here, and you want to try to follow that line with your mouse cursor as best as possible. And you want as many stars as possible. Any gutting beyond 2 stars will give you more money for that fish. Ooh, that was bad. 3 stars, okay. At least you're still making money. And of course, the knife that I have too, being the highest quality knife, also helps with my poor gutting skills here. And as you can see, I'm doing one fish, and it's doing a little over maybe 1,000 pounds at a time, so this can actually go by pretty quick, and it is worth the added time. You don't have to sell them gutted, but it does help with the price. It gives you a little percentage boost, and right now we need all the help we can get. So we're going to go ahead and gut these fish. Hope we don't run into any other boats or run aground anywhere while I'm doing it, because that's just going to really suck into our profits. And you can see I'm really not... So that's a redfish. Those others will call it. I'm really not trying too hard to get that just perfect, because anything over 2 stars gives us more money, and I will take that any day of the week. So I'll see y'all guys when we get back to port. We'll sail, and that'll probably wrap up this video. Alright guys, we are docking here, and we'll see how much... well, actually, before we do that, let's just kind of see what the fish prices are here and everywhere else. So for a pollock here, it's $2.10 a pound. And we will check our finance tab, check our fish prices, and we can see Yarmouth, all the ports we've been to, which is just 4. So we have Yarmouth, and the pollock is $2.36 a pound. Digby is $2.09 a pound. $2.10 a pound here, or at Eagles Point, and Dennis Point is $2.10 a pound as well. Typically, I would probably go out of my way to sell the pollock over here just for that little extra bit. But for time and simplicity's sake, we're just going to go ahead and sell here. So we go up here, sell catch, $69,000 right there. That's a whole lot more productive than lobster fishing, at least at the start. Towards the end, towards your end game, you get some better ships. You can send out multiple pots at once and collect multiple pots at once, and lobster then turns very, very lucrative in my opinion, and I actually enjoy it. So with that being said, we've now got up to $70,000. I don't think we pay off any of our bank loans right now. Yeah, no, because we took an $80,000. So, but we will be able to pay that off pretty quickly at this rate. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks. I appreciate. I need to rebait my lines. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, all the fun stuff all the YouTubers say for the algorithm. And we'll see y'all guys in the next episode. Thanks again.